Okay, we'll start. We'll start with the silent prayer. Good morning, students. Thank you for joining. So we'll quickly go through the Python within the short time, whatever possible. We will try to see. Python data types. The other day in class, I gave the basics of Python, how the Python programming works. We did learn a few data types like string and integer. So I mean, if you know string, integer, float, that is more than enough. Those are the basic Python data types. And you know how to create a variable, how to assign a value to the variable. But before that, you need to know what are the different rules to create a variable. That's very important. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a variable is something in Python, as I told you already, it is kind of a memory space which is used to store some value. So the value could be of different data types. Either it could be integer, it could be string, or it could be float with the decimals, or it could be Boolean data type. So there are four different rules which you need to keep in mind. A variable name must start with a letter or underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. So it should start either with the alphabet or it should start with underscore. I mean, it can have numbers in between or at a later, but it should start with an alphabet. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. No other special characters are allowed. I mean, say for example, if you say my customer, you can have my and underscore customer like that. A special character could be an underscore. You cannot have any other special character as the variable name. Only special character which is allowed is underscore. Space cannot be there between the variable names, and variable names are
So
case
your
sensitive.
mic is cracking.
Mic is come again. Am I audible? Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is my voice clear? Am I audible enough?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So variable name must start with letter. It cannot start with a number or it cannot start with any special character. The only special character which is allowed is underscore. Underscore can come either in the beginning or at the end or in between. A variable name can have alphanumeric, but it cannot start with a number. Variable names are case sensitive. The variables like I have given on my screen, age with the small letters, age with the first capital A, or age written completely in capital letters. All these things are three different. They are treated as three different variables. All are not treated as a single variable, same variable. So it's case sensitive. The reserved words, keywords cannot be used as the naming variable. Suppose there are certain keywords like print or different inbuilt functions which are there. The same name we cannot use it as a variable name. So this is something you need to keep in mind. Um, while creating the variables, the same rules applies even if you create your own function or if you create something in Python. The same rules applies in Python everywhere. Okay. Now we'll see some advanced data types in Python. Is my voice clear, guys? If in case it's not clear, you let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are four different advanced data types: list, tuple, sets, and dictionary. Okay. This is we did not see the other day. This we are supposed to know. It is there in your syllabus as well. Uh, So this is your syllabus. Somebody has shared me your syllabus. Yeah. So rules for creating variables, assigning variables, global and local variable, I will cover it little later. Reading and writing files also we'll see little later. So now we'll see the different advanced data types in Python. Yeah, now you go to Colab. Okay, so how to create a variable, say a is equal to 100. We use the assignment operator. Equal to is the assignment operator. Okay, so in this way, in one variable, we can store only one values. Okay, instead, if you want to store a list of items, okay, so say for example, b is equal to I can write it like say 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma, what do we call this as? What do we call this? What do you call this? B is equal to square bracket 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Do you know or not? This is called a
No,
list.
sir.
Okay, this is called a list. So instead of storing one value like 100, a is equal to 100, now I am storing a list of values. Okay, so a list in Python is denoted, indicated by square bracket. So we can add a number of values here, but the list of items should be enclosed within the square brackets. So this we call it as a list. So same thing if in case, say for example, I create C is equal to circular bracket and then I write the same numbers. Okay, this is called as, any idea what is this?
No,
What is this?
sir.
I mean, haven't they covered all these things? Or you guys did
Sir,
not?
it's called tuples.
Okay, it's called tuple. Okay, it's called tuple. So here we saw, right, the different data types. So the second data type is called tuple. Okay, so the list is enclosed within the square bracket, and the values are listed inside the square bracket separated by a comma. And a list can have either numeric values, I mean integers, or a list of string values. Like you can see here, name is equal to, it's a list of string values, or it can have a mix of integer and strings. So all these things are possible in a list. Okay, so same way in tuple, all the items are listed inside a circular bracket. In the list is square bracket, a tuple is listed inside a circular bracket. So here also it can be a list of numeric values, or it can be list of string values, or it can be a combination of string, boolean, integer, float. It can be there. Okay, so that's called as a tuple. Okay, the third one is called as a set. Set is same as that. All the values are listed, but a set is embraced within the curly brackets. Okay, so three things we are going to see here. Okay, so this one, if you put it in the circular bracket, we call it as a tuple. This is one of the data types. The next one is, say for example, D is equal to, under the curly bracket, if you put the same thing, say 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. So this we call it as a set. Is that clear now? Square bracket, a list of items separated by comma, we call it as list. Circular brackets, a list of items separated by comma, we call it as a tuple. Curly brackets, a list of items separated by comma, we call it as a set. Now all these items are a group, a list of items. In real life, when we have a data, we don't have a single point data. We always have a list of customers. We always have a list of students. We always have a list of cricket players. It's a multiple items. So that's why this advanced data types are being taught here. Now this is a kind of a single dimensional. Either it may have one row or one column. But in real life, we have rows and columns put together. The data is arranged in the form of a table. Okay, so slowly we'll go. So if you merge one or two lists together, I mean, it may result in a kind of a table, two-dimensional table. So that's how this data types comes into play. Is that clear so far? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so I told you it can be a list of either numbers or a list of strings or a combination of both, or it could also include float data type or a Boolean data type. Okay, so now in this list, say for example, if you want to perform some operations, I saw some notes where they have taught you how to perform certain operations. So say for example, if you want to, okay, now as of now, this tuple and other things will just disable. I put a hashtag here. We'll just look at only this one. I mean, I'll remove this variable you are already familiar with. We'll start with the list. Okay, so all other lines I disabled. I'll keep only the list here. Now, if you want to say print this, it's the print function remains the same. It simply print B. Okay, so if I run this, you will get the output. I mean, the list will be printed at the bottom. Okay, so the list is created and assigned to a list name called B, and I'm just printing the list. Okay, so this we are familiar with. I mean, instead of one value, you'll see the entire list of items being printed. Now, the list is something which is indexed. What do you mean by index? Index means address. Like in a street, say, for example, there are 5 houses. Each house will have a door number. So, house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, 4, 5. Same way, the list has an index. The first item in a list is not indexed as 1, it is indexed as 0. So, what do you mean by index? Index means address. Each item in the list will have an address and index. The index starts with 0. Okay, so say for example, if I say print, instead of print B, if I put print square bracket, within that I put numeric value 1. Okay, if I print now, what do I get? Output, what do you get? Now you don't get
20.
you don't get the list, you get one value. Now which is the value? Actually, I mean, if you ask anyone, they'll say it is printing the second value, but actually in a list the first address starts with 0. Because we gave 1, it is printing the first, I mean, the item in the first position as per the Python list. Okay, as per the Python list, the index 1 means it's the second item. Index 0 means it will print the first item. Okay, so this is how it does. So what if I have to print the last item? If you put -1, if you put -1, it will print the last item. Okay, or if you put -2, it will print the second item from the last. Is that clear? Very simple.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this way we can access a particular item in the this one, I mean, list. We can also do, say, for example, b square bracket, say first position is equal to, okay, I give say 25. I give 25 and then I say print b. Okay. So the list of b, first position is equal to 25. Then I am printing b. Now you run it. What do you get? What's the difference?
25 variable is added.
25 is added, replacing. Earlier we had 20, right, in the first position. Now that has been replaced with 25. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Please, you're able to understand. Okay, I'll, if you don't want, I'll remove this print. I just created a list p is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And what I'm doing is in the first position, I wanted to change the value from 20 to 25. So assign 25 to B ka first position. Then I print B. This time the list is changed. Instead of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, the output what I get is 10, 25, 30, 40, 50. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. The meaning is when you process a list or when you work with a list, the items in the list can be modified. The items in the list can be modified when you run the program. See, when I run the program, I was able to change the items in the list. Okay. This property is called as mutability. What is this called as? Mutability. It is called as mutability. So a list is mutable, means the values can be changed when you run the program. Now you come to what is called as a tuple. You come to tuple. So say for example, here we have given c is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Now here also same thing applies. Okay, so say for example, okay, let me disable the list now. I am disabling all the list. Otherwise, when we run, sorry, when we run everything will be getting run. We can also select and run. Anyway, for our convenience, I'll just disable the list. I have only the tuple. Now in the tuple, okay, in the tuple also, if I say print C, I will get the tuple getting printed. If I say tuple, if I say I give 1, I get the first position ka value. If I give tuple, say -1, I'll get the last value. Is that clear? It's same as the list. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are, okay,
Yes, sir.
it means same as list. Tuple also has address in the sense index. We call this index for each and every item, and each and every item can be accessed using the program. Okay. Now the same way, what I'm going to do is seek a first position is equal to, I'm going to give say 25, and then I'm going to print C. Okay. Same what we did in list, we are trying to do it in tuple. Now when we run it, is the value getting changed?
No, sir.
So here, see the error, cannot assign to function call here. Maybe you meant equal to, it did not understand. Okay. Now here, this is the difference between list and a tuple. In a tuple, when you run the program, you cannot change the value in the list. So if in case you have a list of items, you wanted to keep it as constant. The requirement is you don't want to change the items. Say for example, in a class there are say 40 students. You wanted to maintain all the 40 students from first semester to say sixth semester. That list of items shouldn't be changed. Then instead of creating a list, we'll go and create a tuple. Okay, so the list and tuple are similar except for one reason. List is mutable. What is that? Tuple is immutable. Okay, this is what you need to remember. Is that clear? Any doubts? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Clear? Okay. Now we'll go to the set. Okay, we'll put hashtag for tuple. We'll go to list. So here, I mean, what is a set? Okay. So here also, if you give print, you get all the values here. Okay. Now, here if I give, now the difference between set and all the other items is that set doesn't have a proper order. It doesn't have any index. Okay. See, I have put it in one order. When I print, it is giving me in a different order. So set doesn't have any order. Number two, say for example, if I change this value, say we have given 10 curly brackets, D curly brackets 10 comma 20 comma 30. So suppose if I change the value 30 to 20. So I repeat two items, 10 comma 20 comma 20 comma 40 comma 50. Now I go and print. What do you see in the output?
It didn't consider the 20.
So set will not accommodate duplicate values. So if in case in real life situation you have a list of items where you do not want duplications to happen, in that case you will not create a list of items or you will not create a tuple of items. You will create a set of items where only the unique values are retained. It will not allow a duplication. Even if somebody enters something, it will not allow the duplicate values. So that's the difference between set, what is that, tuple and list. Is that clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
That's all. So if you come here, say I consolidated in one screen. Okay, I consolidated this in one screen. A list is put in a square bracket. A tuple is put in a what is that, circular bracket. Set is in a curly bracket. Dictionary is also put in a curly bracket. I'll come to dictionary separately. It's slightly different. Uniqueness of values in the list. List will not consider whether it is unique or duplicate. It will accommodate. Even if you give duplicate values, it will accommodate. Tuple also will accommodate duplicate values, but set will not accommodate duplicate values. It will have only unique values. Mutability, list is mutable, tuple is not mutable, set is also not mutable. Ordered, list will have index, tuple will also have an index, set doesn't have an index, so that we cannot go and find out, print me the value in the first position, print me value in the second position. Like that, we cannot go and slice the list, slice the set, and we cannot ask Python to print one item using the address, because it doesn't have an address. It's a different method to to access the values in a set. Just for this introduction session, you need to know the difference between all these items. So this table, if you can remember, and the the link, the Colab program, what we did, if you can understand, you will be able to remember this. So don't memorize. If you can remember these ideas. See, I learned it for the first time, and then I understood, I'm remembering. I don't have to memorize. It all looks the same pattern. The only thing is the difference, the square bracket, the circular bracket, and this one. Now we'll get into the dictionary. Now dictionary is the fourth data type, which will have a key value pair. It will have two values in one place. So it will have a key and then it will have a value. So if you want to show an example, on my screen you see capitals. I create a dictionary called capitals is equal to curly brackets India colon New Delhi, comma USA colon Washington, comma Pakistan colon Islamabad, curly bracket close. In list set tuple under each and every item separated by comma. Here also the item is separated by comma. The difference is in each item there are two values are there. One is the key, another one is value. So for key, first key, there is a first value. The each key and value are separated by a what is called as a colon. And we already know, even if it is a variable a is equal to kju, if you assign, you have to put it in a double quotes. But if a is equal to 100, you need not put in a double quotes. So if it's a string variable, you need to put it in double quotes. So here, I mean, a list can hold a string variable, we told already. Wherever you have string, you need to put in a double quotes. In this dictionary, capitals, they have created both key and the value as a string. So they have put it everywhere as a, what is that, double quotes. It can also be numeric in nature. Say, for example, here they have used key in the form of numbers, 1 colon one within double quotes. So the one numeric one is the key and the other one is a value. So this is how a dictionary is created. So now quickly we'll, I mean, before we get to the if, then I'll show you. Yeah, here I have. So if you want to access a particular value, then we have to use the key to access the value. Earlier we used the index to access the value. Here we have to use a key to get the value of value in a dictionary. So here you can see capitals is the name of the dictionary, and we use this to print the items. We use capitals dot get, and then we use the key that will give us the value called Washington. Is that clear? Dictionary, how it works?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The other day we wrote programs like this. If you remember, we had, yeah, we wrote this program. I mean, to calculate simple interest. So we got the values from the user. We got P, the value of N. We got the value of R, and then we ran we calculated PNR. Do you remember, guys? Should we try something else? Should we try one program like this?
Yes, sir.
You want to try? Okay.
Yes.
So create a new code. Create a new code. Create a new code. Okay. So we'll get a simple. We'll take, say, for example, area of a square. You want to calculate area of a square. So you need to calculate area of a square. You need one particular side length. With that, we can calculate the area of the square. So we'll say L is equal to length. Okay. So L is equal to, you should get the, I mean, instead of assigning the values, you should get the input from the user. For that, we use the input statements. Input function we use. In that, we give enter the value of, I mean, enter the length of a side, and then we put a colon space. Now, whatever you put in a double quotes, Python will not interpret. So L is equal to input, enter the length of our side. Okay. So when we run this, Python will prompt the user to enter something. Now already we discussed the previous class. Whenever we use the input statement to receive a value from the user, Python will treat it as a string value rather than the numeric value. Say, for example, with this, if I calculate area, say area is equal to L asterisk or L square we want. So we use double asterisk, then we use 2. Okay. That's the area formula, or L into L. So I used L square. So if I run this and then I wanted to print area. If I run this, now Python will throw an error. it will take the input from me, but it will not give me the output. It will throw an error. Why? Because the L is treated as, if whenever we use input statement, even though if we enter the number, Python will treat as a string. We cannot do arithmetic operation with a string. We can only do arithmetic operation with, see here, it is asking me to enter the this one. First line is correct, but then the second line, it is not able to execute. So what we need to do is we need to manually, forcefully convert this string into an integer. So if I have to show you, I can use a print statement, and then I can put type of L, print statement, and I can use type of L. So if I run this, the first two lines will run properly. See, I put 10. See the class is printed as string. Okay, it is not numeric. So in order to forcefully convert this, I will convert this. I have to use the int statement. I have to enclose the entire input statement within the int statement. Are you able to see my screen? I have to enclose the entire input statement. I have to enclose the entire input statement within the int function. Okay. By doing this, I will forcefully convert this data which I'm entering into an integer. So do you remember I told you always it is left hand side to right hand side you have to read. And if it is function within function, you have to read from inside out. So when Python executes, how does it executes? First, there is an input function. Input, enter the length of a side. This will be displayed first. And you will enter the number. Once you enter the number, that will be converted into integer. Once that is converted into integer, Python will assign that number to this variable called L. This is how it happens, inside out. So that's why when we run, first it asks us enter the length. Then it will receive the input, convert that into integer, then it will assign to L. So now if you run this, you can see here that class type will be now integer. Once it became integer, this formula got executed properly. Now 10 into 10, 10 square is going to be 100. Is that clear now? Yes or no?
Yes.
So in the
Yes, sir.
in the exam, if they ask you to get an input from the user, say for example, we ran I think 2-3 items. One was to calculate PNR, second to calculate area of the rectangle. You take length, breadth. See here, instead of int, we are using float. You can also convert that into float. When you give float, we can use decimal values. So here we have calculated area, and then we have printed the area. So I mean, this way, if in case in the exam there is a question like get the input of from the user on these things, and using this formula do the calculation and print the output, if they ask, you'll be able to write. If you have any doubts, if you want me to repeat anything, you have to tell me now.
So I had one doubt.
Hmm.
What is the difference between int and float, sir?
Float is a decimal value, huh?
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so you see here, the meeting is going to end in 2 minutes. So instead of, if I give a is equal to 100, and then if I say print type of a, it's going to be integer. If I say b is equal to 100.5, and if I say type of b, print type of b, it is going to print me float. Say for example, I run this, you can see a is equal to 100. So print a type of a, that will show it is a class integer. For b, it will show class float. Do you see that? So float means it's a decimal type of data. Okay, so this is all about data types and how to get an input and run it. Guys, is this clear? The simple interest, all these things, the same pattern you have to repeat. Only thing is the formula you have to do it properly. If you have doubt, you ask me, I'll hold back. Otherwise, next session, I'll go to the next topic.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sharing you this two, what is that, collab link in the group. so that you can execute use and see. You can run and see this. I'm just giving you only view rights, otherwise you will spoil my code. I am posting it in this one, our Brilliant Minds group, because section C students are also there. So this is getting input. Okay, I'll also post